Alright, so welcome on in everybody to our continued playthrough of Kingdom Come Deliverance. This is our second day. We just got done with the prologue, actually, is where we're picking back up. So we got taken to Ratty, I think the town is, and we just learned that we are deep in debt from this girl's dad, and yeah. So that's kind of where we're picking up. Ignore all this. This is nothing. Nothing. This doesn't exist. None of this happened. None of this happened last night. We're right here. None of it happened. Cannot prove a thing. Okay. Let's grab our stuff. Or, well, let's take all of it, and then we'll just put things that I don't need. Like, I don't need that, or that right now. The bludgeon. Well, we don't need that. How do you know you don't need that? It's not like you get one shortly from a quest. Well, in my dream last night, when I dreamed last night we were streaming this, I did get a bludgeon from a quest. Door keys? I didn't realize we had door keys. Oh crap, I'm bugger. I want that stuff. I'm putting things away that I don't want. That's what it is. We don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that. Probably could sell that. I don't need it though. Take our 2 lockpicks. Or we'll put our... I'm doing it again. God. I want the lockpick. Putting the jerkin away. Putting things away. Get with it, old man. Roasted duck. I think we're gonna probably get food poisoning from that. We should... Can the dog get food poisoning? Should we just maybe give the roast duck to the dog? We can't even pet the dog, so actually I don't really know. I know we eventually get a dog companion because of the skill tree, but I don't know how that occurs. Whoops. Son of a... Okay, I gotta get rid of one other thing. 6 pretzels. Let's put the carrot. And we'll keep everything else on it. Okay. I wasn't gonna ask you, Intent. Good luck on your roll though. You know, I feel like this happened yesterday too. Oh no, yesterday it was a... Oh, I'm sorry. In my dream yesterday it was a 3. In my dream yesterday, you rolled a 3 and you rolled really bad. Alright, good job. Or, well, I mean, good job at rolling a low number on a bad roll. So, yeah. Okay, DLC activated Treasures of the Past, From the Ashes, Tournament, Armors, Adventure, Band of Bastards, and A Woman's Lot. Want to know more? Look at the DLC heading into the main menu where you can find precise instructions for playing the DLC. Okay, I'm not sure when we're going to get to the DLC, but we'll eventually get to the DLC. Yeah, we'll start by talking to her.
Have you eaten yet?
Have I eaten?
Not yet.
Well, try to eat something. A big lad like you needs his strength.
That's it? Oh, I thought we were going to have a conversation. Well, okay, so here, okay, fine. Well, I'll eat. There. Eaten. Done.
Greetings, Henry.
Oh, Okay, so that's DLC. We'll do that later.
What's that dog you have here? He looks familiar.
Don't you remember
Really?
him?
Really?
It's Mart, the butcher's dog from Skalitz.
Ah, of course. When I went back to bury my parents, he was guarding his master's dead body. A faithful dog. How come he's here?
When we carted you here, we took Mutt along too. He's been hanging around the mill ever since.
How's he doing?
How's he doing?
A lot better now. I slipped him something good now and again when Uncle wasn't looking.
He won't starve to death then.
Is he a good boy?
Does he obey you?
Me? Not much. He's got a mind of his own, and I'm just not strict enough.
Ah, spoilt then.
No, he just hasn't learned many commands. But he's well able to beg for a piece of meat.
What does the miller have to say about it?
He can't stand him.
How's that?
Every time he sees him, he starts shouting that he's a useless mouth to feed and that he'll skin him.
Jesus.
Wow.
It didn't even soften his heart when Mutt brought a hare from the woods. He was happy to eat it, but it didn't change his mind.
I could have a word with him.
That would be a waste of time.
How long has he been with you?
More or less since we came here. He runs off now and again, but he always comes back. Sometimes I don't see him all day. I think he likes to go wandering.
So he's doing quite well then?
Yeah. I'd keep him, but he reminds me too much of Tinker, you know? I don't want to think about Skalitz. So I thought maybe you might take him with you?
Me?
I'm
Where's your
sure the two
armor?
of you
In my
get on
inventory?
great. He's a handsome fella and lovable. I'd be very happy if you had him.
But we never had a dog at the smithy.
Duh.
We never needed one.
Come on. He's got no one.
Of course I'm gonna take him.
All right. I'll take him. He can
Yeah,
keep
buddy.
me company on my travels.
Thanks, Henry. Go and get him then. He's sniffing around somewhere here.
Shouldn't you be wearing it and not your undies? You don't go outside in your underwear? I do. Don't need it on enough bitches to deal with. Well, I think this is a male dog though, so this doesn't count. Oh, now I can talk to him.
Word with you, young fellow.
Yeah? Oh, that's right. Yeah, we gotta.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
Can't I pay instead? Yeah, that'd be a nice way to do it.
Couldn't I just pay you instead?
I'd say you're a fucking ungrateful pup. But if you think you got money to throw around, so be it. You'll pay me the costs and for a whole fortnight of my valuable time.
So, wait, he only costs 50? Okay.
I don't have that much.
Then come back when you have. Debts must be paid, or you can still wipe the slate by doing that little job for me.
Tell me about it.
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
I mean, we're not going to talk about the several corpses that I violated by looting all their food and valuables just 2 weeks ago.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it.
That sounds like a rule of acquisition.
Hart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse. Never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
No, he's got a point.
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him. God be with you.
Oh, he gave me the spirits. Okay. Dog, wait, come back. I need to talk to you.
Hey, Mutt. Remember me? From Skalitz, remember? You wanna go with me? Come on then. We'll get on like a house on fire.
We're gonna burn a house down? Wait, what? Dog. From this moment on, you have a canine companion. He is your best friend who will protect and help you. But you must take good care of him. You can talk to him and feed him, ideally with meat. Give him commands and reward him with praise. With the cursor, you can give him all sorts of commands using X. Example, heal. You also have the new skill of Houndmaster. It determines how well your dog is trained and what commands you've taught him. You gain experience by using the commands and other interactions with your four-legged friend. In the Sidekicks tab, you can see, stats, most important of which is obedience. It tells you whether your dog obeys you or not. This level will keep falling with every injury, and also if you neglect your dog for a long time. If obedience falls too low, your dog will stop heeding some of your commands. If it falls to 0, your dog will run off and will take some time before he comes back to you. During that time, you won't be able to give him commands. The higher his obedience, the better stats the dog has. He will defend himself and you better, causing greater damage to his foes, and will take longer before he decides to run off again. You can improve your dog's obedience mainly by feeding and praising him, but doing it several times in succession over a short period is less effective than feeding him and praising him regularly. Cool. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. So sense of smell. A dog can sniff out enemies even when they're out of sight. If you take good care of your dog and are experienced in handling, it will identify foes at a greater distance. Distance at which it can identify a foe increases with your level of the Houndmaster skill. That's pretty cool. Your dog is presently carrying out this long-term command. Free. That's dirty water. What are you doing, guy? Alright, anyway. Okay, so we got the, he's gonna follow? Yeah, okay. Wait, do I hold? Oh, okay, so X is heal, so he comes up to me. So hold on, let's,
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
who's a good boy?
Good boy.
Who's a good boy?
That's
He
my
was like,
boy.
he's like, what? It's like, you what, mate? Okay. Now for the grand test. We're gonna go and see our Lord. And I had a vision. What vision? I had a dream last night that I know exactly where to go for that too. It's strange. It's weird the things that you have that you can dream about at night when you sleep. I slept very well last night, actually. Other than the nightmare of intent rolling bad, Tenchi rolling good, and some FPS loss and cutscenes. Those were the only two like nightmarish parts. Oh, and something about a tournament that we were in that or that I dreamed of that we got absolutely our butts handed to us. Like not even 3 bouts and I was on the ground, so I think it was just trying to warn me to not do that. Good luck, Tenchi. Oh. See, it was all just a dream. In my dream, that would have been a 19.
Halt! Who are you and where are you going?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith. I'm going to see my liege, Sir Radzig Kabila of Dvoyets.
Of course you are, lad. And
Oh, I
want
probably
you.
should put my armor
What
on,
do you want
shouldn't
from
I?
his lordship, and what makes you think he'll see you?
As Intent said earlier.
I may not look the part, but I know about honor and duty. And mine is to tell Sir Radzig what happened to the sword he commissioned.
All right then, go ahead. It'll be your skin if Sir Radzig isn't pleased.
Just spend the whole game walking around in my underwear. That'd be fine. Have some shoes on. Okay. Oh, and our we should probably have our. We don't really need it, but probably have our side sword on.
Hal, what are you doing here? I took you for dead.
Oh, it's a long story. What about you? How did you get out of Skalitz?
You wouldn't believe it. A frightful storm broke that night and Sigismund's heathens ran back to their camp. They never dreamed Sir Radzig would use the storm as cover for our escape. The entire village slipped away as quiet as mice while no one watched. In the morning, when those bandits attacked, all they found was an empty castle with an old goat inside. I wish I could have seen their faces.
That poor goat.
So do I. You tricked them nicely. See you later.
that be the smith's son, Hal?
On my soul, it is him. What are you doing here, lad? We thought you were done for.
Bandits attacked me in Skalitz.
And why, for God's sake, did you go back there? Who else but cutthroats and bandits did you expect to find?
I needed to bury my parents.
Oh, I see. Your father fought like a lion. I'm sorry.
He saved my life.
And not just yours. He was a good man, and you did right to bury him.
I didn't even manage that. I failed to save him or put him to rest.
And just what could you have done at Skalitz? If you tried to fight, the both of you will be dead. He gave his life for yours, Hal, so you'd better make good use of it.
You're right. And just what are you doing here?
I must speak with Sir Radzig. Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Rattay. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword. He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzig.
I don't see any sword.
No. Bandits attacked me and stole it. I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm gonna find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Of course you are. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Whatever you say, Hal. Whatever you say. Welcome back, Tent. Alright, here's the big test. Smooth or not, we're going in.
Your Graces, I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
A lot
I
better.
might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed. But Birkstein is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honored. Birkstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzig, but, well, there's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
No, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone,
Just scooch
Father.
me over for
I
the
believe
dialogue
Sigismund's
there.
original intention was to persuade
There we go.
Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him?
Oh my God.
Wenceslas is a friend
That's
of yours,
that's
Radzig,
fine.
but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what
My
Hungarian
Sento
order
Baggins
looks
is
like.
kind of blocking some of the subtitles, and it's sort of blocking
What
the
concerns
last
me,
line
sir,
or last
is how
word
a
there,
good
but
Christian could resort to such brutality.
yeah.
To
Don't
be
these
the
guys
Miss
look
Jew,
fine?
I don't
Well-
think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those whore sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
What are you doing? You've no business here. Clear off.
Wait, it's Henry. Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Townburg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too.
Dude, that comment makes me like feel that you're right intent, but also at the same time, like I hope you're wrong.
I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for
Red's
that
like a
girl.
good guy. I think he's a bad guy.
Girl?
He's kind of like on the fence with me.
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Well, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Ratai. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Still, it's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, Friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows.
Look who's talking.
And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half
I mean,
of my
it's medieval
subjects. Why
times.
would I
They
miss
what do they
one
know?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. The woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No,
Dude, I'm good at dice. At least in my dream I
Please,
was.
take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
The gall of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Sir Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well, believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything, Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination.
That's clearly not Henry.
Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, father, he's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
Sir, Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't it disappoint me.
Oh, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. The bailiff is always complaining about your people making...
I think it's kind of established that Henry was more of an apprentice to his father.
It might.
Like
In
he
any
did
event,
help.
it'll prove valuable
It was
experience.
implied that he helped
But
around the
let's
forge
be
and
clear.
stuff.
You're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
And don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
I won't, my lord.